Nadene.
Yes.
Thank you for inviting us into your kitchen.
Okay, thank you for coming.
And we invite you into our kitchen.
Yeah, man.
You are so dynamic. I was reading about you and studying you, and your story is just so amazing. I want to know what gave you the drive to do everything that you've been doing from a little girl.
You know, I had an interview this morning and they asked me about music, and I was like, music chose me. My earliest memory of myself is dancing. I don't remember anything else but dancing. Mm-hmm. I always wanted to dance. I always like looking on TV and, emulating what I see on TV. Like, I used to see NDTC. And there's a story in my family which is very embarrassing, but I can't say it. I don't know if this is something that I know about go-go dancing or something like that, but just that it was about dancing. So they asked me what I wanted to become, and I tell my granny, I want to turn go-go dancer. For like, till she passed, I always see her looking at me like with one eye, like, watch that child.
Watch out.
I don't know what's gonna happen to her. I think I probably figured out much better than the go-go dancer that I wanted to be. So it's just a calling, and it's just so natural for me to want to sing and dance. In my house, and I'm by myself, I do use Grace. When I'm doing rice and peas, cheating, I do use the Grace powder, and this is all the alternative also to red peas.
So what we're making today?
Okay, I'm trying to make it. It's basically just ital stew, but I'm gonna say ital stew in coconut sauce. So.
Where you get ital from? Why?
My father is a Rastafari, and I decided, because I'm in his house, at his home, in Ababrox. I decided to basically do an organic meal today. So I kind of grew up like that,
You did.
Yes.
You did.
And I eat organic and drink organic most of the time.
You've got that vibe.
Really?
Yeah, you've got that, I don't know what to call it. What do you call it?
Natural effervescence.
Natural effervescence. What's
all Jamaican woman, you have to learn for cooking, and your mother have teach you to cook.
I don't have a Jamaican woman yet. I'm waiting for one.
Listen to me, they prepare you for your husband. When you're young, they're like, you're not going to get no husband if you can't cook.
I don't know if I need an older one or a younger one.
What?
Woman, because I'm looking for one.
You are looking for a woman?
A nice Jamaican woman, yes.
I'm not going to put myself in that. Okay, the next step I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna put in the sweet potato. What you do is put in the tough stuff. Things that take time to cook, you put it in. So you put in the sweet potato. You allow it to boil for like 5 minutes or so. Because as I said, the time, it's still going to taste good. The next step is to put in the carrots.
Okay. So you're getting to the carrots now?
Yeah, man, we're getting to the carrots now.
It's actually coming really nicely.
Yeah, man, when it boils up and everything boils up and everything gets together, all the flavor, it's really, really tasty.
Now, obviously, we have a connection. You were the first person signed to Tough God by my uncle.
Yes.
How was that?
It was, to tell the truth, I couldn't process it as a child.
Yeah.
I was a little girl, about to step into high school at St. Andrew High School for girls. But like, when I'm older and I process it, I am far more emotional now, because I try in my mind to hold on to those memories, because I realize how important he was in my life and what the foundation that he has given me.
You can now process it.
I now process it from a whole different paradigm. And the funniest thing about it is that since going back to school, I had to study Bob Marley from an academic perspective. So, and there's so many things that has emerged in my life. The other day, somebody sent me something on Facebook with Bob speaking about me. And it was just like a message for me to go back to my music after school. So it's now when I hold the memories in my head, I see space, because I allow myself all the time to just let my memory run to my first studio session when he was there, so instrumental making sure that I sat down. If you listen to my song Starvation on the Line, it sounds like a whaler's stuff. Your uncle was there in the background like my guardian angel. I always get emotional when I talk about this. Just ensuring everything was okay for me, and it's like, no, you know, when I am, yeah, I get, yeah.
It's okay. That's how I feel too. I remember, I met him twice before he passed, but I remember the first time was, I walked into a room at the Mayflower Hotel in New York, and it was just a room full of smoke. And I think I sat down for maybe no more than a minute and a half.
Yeah.
And he said, let's go play football in the hallway.
Yeah.
So he didn't want me in all of the smoke, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's one of those things where you don't process it then. While that's boiling, can you sing for me? No, hold on. Sing to me.
Sing to you? You know a song I'm gonna sing to? All right. Yes. I'm gonna sing to you. Make me blush, you know.
That's okay.
That's all right? All right. What about thing? You sure? All right. But, you ready?
Yeah.
This is for my baby face. You got a cute baby face. This is for my baby face. Yeah. Now listen now. We have so many things in common, yet we are two different people. We just love being around each other, yet we give each other space to grow. Step by step we are getting.
Give me one, and we're not going to talk about that too long, but give me something that you can vividly remember.
I can remember Ziggy and Sedella. Was Ziggy, Sedella, Sharon came up here because they had a farm up there, and sometimes I used to be allowed to spend the night with them, and I went to Kingston to spend the night. We met in an accident where a man, I don't know how to say, it was a VW van that I think now they have. I think they have remade or something. That's the van I was in. I think it's now, I think, down at the museum, something like that. It's a VW van that, and a man collided, and the man was in the back of the van, with all the bruises and all that. So the driver drove to Tough Gang, and Bob was there, and oh my God, we were so traumatized. Bob could see that we were traumatized. I was like, why you have the man with the children? And he was so enraged. But then he was so sweet. After when they drove the man to the hospital, he came to all of us and said, Nadene, you want ice cream? You want ice cream? His presence was very comforting. He was there as a father because we were children, traumatized by this accident.
Some of your music that you've been doing, what's your inspiration now?
My inspiration now, I think I tend to be a little bit more political. I don't really feel like, the different stages of my life. I just feel a little bit more that to say stuff more, to come from my heart with a lot more stuff, to speak about issues, to speak about, because one thing I realize about life, when people can identify with you and identify, so we're not here just for the purpose of existing, we're here for the purpose of inspiring each other. And when I say inspiring each other, I'm inspired. I don't like when people take it on themselves, because that is ego speaking, and you walk around and swirl and you're like, oh, I'm just big inspiration, dude. That's your ego speaking. But when you say to be in the process of being inspired and being inspired, or be inspiring and be inspired, that means each one teach one. I learn from a baby. I'm inspired by a baby. I'm inspired by anyone. I'm inspired by life.
All right, so what's next?
What's next will, because they're trying to rush it,
don't rush it.
The plantain is one plantain, but it turned out to be plantains.
Miss say don't rush it.
You must say no rush it.
Don't
say
rush
I want like American accent. You sing for me?
Don't rush for me. No, this is a slow song.
Okay.
Miss if you don't rush it, my heart will always be here for you.
Oh, child.
All right, listen.
Be careful, man.
Because you make the wicked rice and peas.
No, but this is not rice and peas. This is just pure rice. So the gangster can't make our rice and peas. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna focus now in getting the spinners together. You have the alternative if you want the white spinners, or if you want the whole wheat spinners, or if you want.
Can we do a combination?
You can do a combination of both, or do two types, but we don't have the time to do two types.